Everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm here with a review of Rising Lords on Xbox. Now, this released on the 18th of January 2024, developed by Argonwood and published by Deck 13 Spotlight. And I was lucky enough to be sent a copy of the game for this video review, so huge thank you to them for that. Now, Rising Lords is a medieval turn-based strategy game, but it also shoves in a few other genres in there, including like card and board game elements and mechanics. Now, the game itself isn't the most in-depth, it's not the most difficult. It's quite simple to get your head around, which is really nice, especially when a lot of these sort of turn-based strategy games, you could spend 17 hours in the tutorial and still not know what you're doing. This one, there is a tutorial which you have to play through, unfortunately to those people that don't like tutorials, but it also introduces the story and sets up the rest of the game. Now, I love the look of this game. I love the UI, the art style. It reminds me of like the old tapestries and stuff like that you'd see like hung up on the walls and everything. They've done a great job in keeping the setting and everything looking great, and how you sort of navigate around the world and like battles, and you do that on like a hexagonal sort of base. Now, there are a few different modes in this game. There's a campaign mode, there's like a challenging mode, and then there's a multiplayer mode for up to 4 players that you can play all at once simultaneously. So you don't have to wait for each person to take a turn if you don't want to. Now, it's quite fun. I quite like this game. You basically have to oversee your like realm, your villages, your cities. You build them up. You build new buildings. You grow your like peasants, how many you've got, and you put them into jobs, which then gets you more like resources. You can then build up an army and grow that, and then you can invade or help your neighboring regions. And you build up your army as like a deck building game where you'll have a selection of cards which you can draw during combat. Now, each card does something different. You don't necessarily need to use the cards all the time. Like I said, the rest of the time it's just sort of like moving around on the points and fighting, putting your units in tactically advantageous like places, so like archers on hills and stuff like that, making sure you like your lord doesn't die. And there's also like abilities and skill trees that you can slowly but surely unlock as you progress. So there is a lot to this. It's not the most simple to use on a controller to begin with. It does get much better later on. But like I say, it's a bit of a hassle start trying to figure out exactly what you have to press and where to go and stuff like that. Once you've got that down, though, it is really fun. Now, you have different troop types. You can like counter your enemies by using certain types of troops to your advantage, dealing a lot of damage and like wiping out different troops in your enemy's army will then cause them to lose morale, which will then help you get the upper hand in victory. And it's really, really enjoyable. It's not the longest of games. Like the campaign itself, you'll get through, I'd say, in about 10-ish hours under that. But you then have the multiplayer for you and a handful of friends, which is nice. Now, it's not perfect. It's not the deepest, but for me, that is a bonus. I like more simplified games sometimes, and this worked really well, in my opinion. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it's priced at £16.74. And if you are unsure, you can get this on Steam via demo, so you could try it on Steam and then buy it on whatever console of choice. And if you do play it on Steam, it's also playable on Steam Deck as well, which is a nice little touch. But if you want a interesting and well-designed medieval turn-based strategy game with like board game and card game mechanics tossed in there, definitely check out Rising Lords. But hit that like button, hit subscribe, guys, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.